Hello, 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 and welcome to our very first live of the new year. First of all, I would like to welcome everybody and say Happy New Year. And please do let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. Just drop a comment into the comment section and say, hey, we can see you. And of course, I am Richard Butler here of PLR.me, Director of Training PLR.me. Let me just stop my YouTube here because I'm getting a little bit of feedback. So I just want to stop it. I was just monitoring here. Now, it's great to see everybody here. Hello, Brian. Hello, Rob. How are you doing? Chase my content. Connection is slow. You can hear me loud and clear. Okay, so everybody can see and hear me. So, Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you all had a great Christmas and a great New Year. Some of you may have forgotten about the New Year, but here in Spain, we don't return to work until the 10th of January. So this week has been a little bit difficult for me trying to get going, but hey Lorna, we have a great show for you today, because what I want to talk to you about is content planning. You see, the more content you put out, the bigger you will grow your audience. I mean, if people don't know that you exist, how are they actually going to interact with you? Now, of course, using PLR.me material means that you don't have to worry about the content and other things. But how do you plan what to actually publish and when? Well, in today's live, I am going to talk to you about that. And I'm going to tell you how you can know when to publish content and what to publish. And I'm also going to show you a couple of tools that I think you will find really interesting. So who is ready for a bit of learning? Give me a, oh yeah, in the chat, and we will get started. Okay, greetings from the UK, from Florida. Oh yeah. Okay, so Thomas has given me an oh yeah. So one oh yeah is good enough for me, and Lorna and David. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you something which I think is quite interesting, and I hope you do too. So if I just go here and I'm going to share this screen here, which is the content calendar that we publish. Now, what is the content calendar and where can you find it? If you go to Learn, you will see that there is an option here called Content Marketing Calendar. And you simply click on that and this comes up. Now, this calendar shows you, obviously like any calendar, it shows you the day and the date, and it tells you popular holidays that are on that day. So today is Thursday, the 13th of January 2022, and we see that today is called Make Your Dreams Come True Day. So if I click on this, I will go in and I will see what this day is about. Okay, it's a fun holiday and it's about making your dreams come true. And it is all about taking a definitive step towards creating the life that you desire. Now, what could you do today? Well, the sky is the limit because we all want to help people reach their goals. As coaches, one of our goals is to help people reach their goals. So you could decide as a parenting coach, I want to help parents reach their desires of X, whatever it may be. Whoever they work with or whoever you work with as a parenting coach, you can decide, okay, this is the goal I want to set for them. If you're an executive coach, how about saying, well, make your dreams come true and get your promotion so that you can talk to your audience about getting promoted. If you are a relationship coach, make your dreams come true and find the perfect partner for you. Okay, do you see how this is starting to become useful? Because we've shown you the day, we've given you some ideas on what you could do, and then there's something else. Now, has anybody thought of how they might use this? I mean, what type of coaches are on the call today? And we'll come up with some ideas. And yeah, we've just put the comment, the link into the actual content calendar in the chat there. Well, for example, my niche is working with HR professionals and helping them improve their English communication skills in order to progress their career. So I can publish some content, make your dreams come true, and become the executive or the director of your company. And we're going to plan how to do that. Okay. Now, when you go down here into the marketing calendar, see, the first thing that you can do is if you plan in advance and you just want to focus on one day, you can download all of the actual content that we have put together for that day. So you might say, well, I want to focus in, and one of the holidays I'm going to mention is Blue Monday, the third Monday of January. You may say, I'm just going to work on that content for the whole of January. And you could download all of the content bundle there. Okay. But supposing you just want to use one individual piece of content. Well, one that could be very good to use is how to set and achieve fulfilling personal financial goals. Because let's face it, one of the reasons why people feel a bit blue in January is because Christmas is over. The sugar rush is gone, and boy, did I have one because I had too much good Irish chocolate. But the sugar rush is gone. The bills are coming in, and there's a little bit of panic. So you could definitely use today's to say, hey, let's help get your dreams to come true by working on your financial goals. Okay. What about talking about passion and purpose? This could be something that you could start today, and then you could, broaden that out for the next couple of weeks, helping people discover their passion and their purpose. If people are, they find that they're not getting to where they want to be in life, we have a course, Overcoming Obstacles. So you could focus in on that day. Now, what happens? I hear you. What happens if, okay, you say that's a really good holiday, but what can I do? Well, why don't you, and the holiday is past. I mean, you watch this tomorrow or on Saturday or whenever it may be. Well, you could use the holiday and send out an email and say, hey, Mr. Subscriber on my list, did you know that last Thursday, the 13th of January, was Make Your Dreams Come True Day? Well, the day may have passed, but I don't want your dreams to pass you by. So, and then you start to get into the actual content that you want to share. So just because a holiday may have passed, you can still refer back to it, link to it, and then use it for your content. Now, I'm just going to check questions because I see the chat is blowing up over here. Okay. OMP Gaming is a breakthrough performance coach. So make your dreams come true. You just need to tweak the content or tweak the day or the message to fit your audience. Brian says, love it. I have a Spotlight Dream List digital courses that I'm going to use to soft launch today to soft launch. As an affiliate marketing coach, well, make your financial goals come true. Get inspiration from winners. Okay, you could use this course as well. Okay, therapeutic art coach, offering coloring pages with affirmations and teaching people how to color them. Affirmations are something that we have a lot of, so you could definitely use those. And you, again, just tie the message in. Brian is a speaker. Okay. Joyce pressed the wrong button. That's okay. Martial arts for fitness, health, and well-being. Again, tie it back to setting goals. Okay. Inspirational coach for mommies looking to organize their lives and be happier for themselves and their babies. Okay. So make your dreams come true for your child, for your actual, for your family. Now, if we have a look here and we scroll down, let's see what's coming up here. Well, here is a really fun and interesting holiday. Ditch New Year's resolutions. Now, I mean, everybody says you need to have a New Year's resolution. So why don't you become a anti-New Year's resolution type person and say, hey, I'm going to ask you to ditch your New Year's resolutions. And people will immediately look a little bit strange and they'll say, well, what's going on here? because this is what we call in NLP a pattern interrupt. People don't expect you to say ditch your New Year's resolutions 17 days into the actual new year, but you could talk about, New Year's resolutions. They don't work because they are not set in the correct way. And you could start to introduce then some ideas about proper goal setting using SMART goals, etc. Now, again, this is a day that you could refer back to, and you would be able to say, hey, did you know the 17th of January is ditch your New Year's resolutions? Well, I want to continue and talk to you about that. So we have a lot of content here. Look at this, a checklist. Now, I especially like checklists, and I think checklists are one of the best things that you can give away. Checklists and workbooks, because you start to agitate in a nice way the problem that people are facing. So overcoming challenges, maybe you will see a list of items, or you can include a list of items of challenges that people need to overcome. You're showing them what they need to overcome, but you're not showing them how to overcome it. And this is the key to all of your marketing. Show people what, but they pay you for the how. I mean, I was saying to a client yesterday, if I wanted to repair something in my house, which I don't, I could go to YouTube and I might see what I need to do, but I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't know how to do it. I mean, yeah, the video explains it, and some people are great at interpreting videos, but I would sooner pay somebody to do it and let them do it themselves. And they have the how, they know how to do it. So this is always the idea. When you give away content, show what they need to do, as in you need to overcome these 5 challenges, but don't show them how to do it. Okay. Let me just have a look through the comments. Okay, we have one here from Nikki, mindset coach specializing in releasing pain. Okay, so maybe you could talk about this, and you could say, maybe your New Year's resolutions are causing you mental pain, which manifests into physical pain. So I'm here to tell you that today, celebrate and ditch your New Year's resolutions, because they just are not working for you and so many other people. Okay. I help sensitive adults release what drains them so they can feel ease again and move forward in their projects. Okay. Again, ditch New Year's resolutions, ditch things that are not working for you. You could have a look. Fabulous content. This is epic. Hey, Savita, it is good to see you here, as always. And yes, this is going to be saved. This is going to be recorded. So here is what I would suggest. I would suggest that maybe at the middle of every month, you start to have a look to see what holidays are coming up next month. Okay. And then from there, start to think about the content that you want to publish a couple of weeks ahead of time. Because the problem is that if you just come and look at this next week, or today, you mightn't have time to really get all the content that you want downloaded and ready for the 17th, for example. Okay. And the 17th actually is Blue Monday, so you could publish something about Blue Monday. What about handwriting day? And you might say, well, how can I use handwriting as something that my audience would like? Well, you could consider, as we put it here, you could consider journaling. Okay, talk to your audience and talk to them about journaling, and say to your audience, have you ever thought about journaling? Now, it doesn't matter whether you are a parental coach, whether you are an art therapeutic coach, or even an executive coach. Putting things down on paper can help you so much. So in this case, you may say, today is handwriting day. I mean, are you lacking the skill of handwriting? I know I am, because I don't write at all. But why not start a journal? And we do actually have journals in the PLR.me resource library that you could use as an upsell for this. Okay. Um, Brian has said, and Brian, you must have read my script. Brian says, provide a handwritten note. Well, when is the last time you got a handwritten note? I mean, I don't remember writing a letter. I don't know when the last time I was writing a letter. And it really struck home with me when I was working with some students a couple of years ago, and they were in their 20s, and I said, write a letter? What's that like? I mean, why would you write a letter? So we're losing that art form. So depending on your clients, you may actually write them a note today to thank them. Okay. We have a question here. I was hoping that this calendar would be an auto post to blog and social media calendar. Do you have plans for that? Okay, so I mean, this is technically something that it would be difficult to do because there are other tools that will actually help you with that, and I'll talk to you about that just later on in the actually in the live. But the idea here is to think, how can I use this day to engage my client base? I mean, I'm a sports coach. How can I help my athletes with that? Well, what about gratitude journal PLR? So maybe your particular client is coming to you and they just feel they're not reaching their peak. And you could say, well, look, what I want you to do is I want you to work for the next 21 days with this gratitude journal. And I want you to physically write down one thing you are grateful for every single day. And then start to focus in. And you will see how that changes your mindset. Okay. Here we have a journaling worksheet. So this might be the first thing that you give away for free, branded with a call to action that leads into gratitude journal. Okay. Are you starting to see how this is beneficial? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. Now, as I said, even if you are a financial coach like Savita, you could easily have the gratitude journal. The first thing is to change your mindset with money and to show that you are grateful for what you have. So that is really, really, really important to do that. Okay. Now, again, as I would suggest, as I mentioned, sorry, as I would suggest, I would start looking maybe now for content that you can start to use in February. And there's a little video there. There was a little video here just below the actual calendar. And I would start to think, okay, Groundhog Day. What you can do for Groundhog Day is, well, everybody knows the movie probably. So you could talk about how people feel that everything is just going round and round and it's the same day, different blank type of thing. So you could start to build up content now for actual Groundhog Day and then have something to release on Groundhog Day, like breaking limiting beliefs. Okay. Kathy has an interesting question. She asks, is the journal a physical copy? Well, it could be. I mean, what you could do is you could download the journal. You get it in PDF, you get it in Pages, you get it in Microsoft Word version. You could get somebody to brand it for you, and then you could put it on Amazon print on demand. Now, you might be saying, hold on, I thought Amazon, you couldn't actually use Amazon. Well, you can't put it on Amazon Kindle, but you can put it at the moment. You always have to check the terms and conditions of Amazon or any other publishing website. But at the moment, you can actually publish on Amazon paperback. So you could actually create this, yes, as a physical journal. Now, here's a tip for you, because we're talking about printing a physical journal. If you publish it on Amazon or Amazon specifically, they won't give you a copy of your customer list. So what I would suggest is that within the journal, you say, to get your freebies as a purchaser of this journal, please go to this page on my website. And that page will be a lead capture page where, in exchange for their email address, you would give them extra resources so that you can start to build up your actual email list. Because as I said, Amazon and there are other retailers will not give you the name of each customer that purchases your product. Okay, any questions? I'm just going to have my water and let me just see if there are any questions yet. Brian says that so far the information is brilliant and it's worth the price of admission, which I guess is a compliment, although this is a free Q&A, so I don't know how to take that, Brian, but I'm sure you mean it in the best way, of course. And you know I'm only joking, but yes. What we want to do with these Q&As is to help you realize there's so much more that you can do with the content, okay? And you know, by coming to these Q&As, I'll hopefully drop knowledge bombs and that you will go, wow, I never thought about that. This is awesome. The Amazon piece lead capture, yes, it's really important, Brian. One question, once I purchase a product, how do I make adjustments for my practice? Well, remember, all of our content comes in a PDF ready to go version, which you can now edit in Canva. And we did a questions, we have a video, I think it was a Q&A that we did showing you how to edit in Canva. So have a look at out for that. And then what you want to do is you want to either use the PDF, which might be the best option, and you can do that with Canva, even free Canva, and then edit that content for your particular audience. We do recommend that you tweak the content for your audience because everybody's audience is different. So if I have a book, for example, I have the course Inspiration from our inspirational people's course that we have, and it's stories about inspiration that people have given, like Steve Jobs, etc., Oprah Winfrey. I could change that and call it Inspiration for Executives, and then tweak the content so that it matches the message I want to give my audience. Can I claim authorship and put a copyright 2020 on my company on these materials? Yes, Thomas, you can. In fact, I would say you could put copyright 2022. Sorry, I had to say that, but yes, you can actually put a copyright notice on it. That's no problems. Looking for leadership, organizational leadership courses to create. Okay, Michelle brings up an interesting question. We have a number of courses already created, and our courses are very extensive, so they take quite some time to be put together by our team and to be written, etc. But what you could do, Michelle, is you could look for content about leadership that we have, and then use that and tweak it and create your own course. What I find is that people like shorter courses rather than longer courses. So you could actually create a course, and we do have some leadership items. If you search just at the top bar at PLR.me, you will, top left hand side, you will see there's a little bar to search in, and you can just type in leadership and you'll see a lot. From there, you can maybe find an ebook that you could divide up into a course, and then you could actually extend the content on it. Can you edit in Google Docs? Yes, you can. And we have a video on that. I think we've released that on how to edit in Google Docs. It works pretty well in Google Docs. You could also, we released a video on how to actually edit it in Apple Pages using iCloud.com, even if you don't have a Mac. That is another video that you should look at. Thank you very much. Dizziness that you say, don't forget to like this video. Absolutely, can we please add more meditation related content? You can send us a message on the chat, and we will pass it on to the writing team. We can never guarantee that the writing team will have the bandwidth at the moment, because obviously our writing team have a lot of content that they have already planned for the next couple of months. But certainly send it over on chat. Okay. So, any questions so far about the calendar? Because what I want to move on to now is a tool that you probably didn't even know existed in PLR.me. Okay, thank you, Savita, liked and subscribed. So any questions before I move on from the calendar? Or should I say, any questions about the calendar before I move on to the next topic? And let me see, it should be coming up now. Okay, I will come back to if I see any questions. So let me just stop my screen share here. And what I want to do is I want to bring up another screen from PLR.me. Okay. Okay, so I see there's a couple of more questions that have come up. So let me just address these. If I wanted to search, for example, journals, would they all come up together or be in a bundle? They would all come up listed in the search. Let me just show you how you might do that. Let me just get the other questions in as well. Can you edit your material in Microsoft Word? Yes, you can. You get it in PDF. You get it in Apple Pages as well. Sabita is thanking me for all the nuggets. Thank you very much. If there were any chicken nuggets, it'd be quite good, because I'm getting a little bit hungry, I have to say. Sorry for turning in late. My question is, can I use Hero Post for the scheduling? You can use any tool that you wish for the scheduling, but you will have to upload the material yourself to whatever scheduling tool that you have. And I'm going to show you a scheduling tool that you can use. Now, let me just, let me share my screen. That shouldn't have gone off there. And let me go into this page here. Now, let me first of all show you how to search. So if you want to search for something, you just type in journals, and then you would click on search, and that comes up with all of the journals. You will see some suggested items here, okay? And from here, you can then go in and you can have a look at the journals and you can edit them, etc. Now, what I wanted to show you was a really interesting tool that you may not know or feature. If you click on the down arrow once you're logged in and you go to My Downloads, which is this page that I have, and you will see here that you can see every single item that you have downloaded by the actual date. So December 27th, I downloaded these 2 items, so on and so forth. I can actually do this just as a list if I want to make it easier. It tells me the cost. And here's the great thing. If you ever need to download an item again, you can download it for free. Once you've purchased it and you've used your 20 credits for 13 powerful tactics to build your email list, you can re-download that as many times as you want. Now, if I'm looking for a certain category, I can just sort alphabetically by category. So these are all the bundles here. And then you see that I have 33 pages of items there. I can search by the type. So this will come up just with the bundles. It won't show there. So if I just go to page 5, it shows me these are action guides. It shows me all the action guides there. Or I can search by the cost if I wish. Okay, 1 credit items up to the more expensive items here. Okay, 200 credits for becoming your beautiful, authentic self. So that's all great. But can I draw your attention to a little button that is, if I could press it, which says export. Now, what does the export button do? Well, if you are ready to be stunned and amazed, and generally you will drop your microphone. If you had a microphone, this would be a microphone, a mic drop point. I want to show you what happens when you export. So when you export, what you will get is a spreadsheet, which sounds great, okay? But this spreadsheet is super powerful, and I'm going to show you just how powerful that spreadsheet is. So I have my spreadsheet here, and it looks okay. I mean, it tells me what I've downloaded. It gives me a link straight to that download if I click on it. Okay, very good. It tells me the exact time that I downloaded the item, just in case I'm interested. It tells me if it is in a bundle. So you'll see that all of these items, I downloaded them at the same time, but that's because they were in the Managing Emotions 4 bundle. Okay. Well, that sounds quite interesting, but there is more. As I say, category. Okay. Again, quite interesting. The type. Now, that is really interesting. What type is it? Oh, this is an article and blog post. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to do X with it. Oh, I want to do a search by all my wallpapers. You could do a search there as well. We can see how many credits this was. Now you'll see it says 20 credits and there's no credit value here because it would be part of a bundle. Oh. Now this is getting interesting because now I have a column called published. So I have all of this content, but have I done anything with it? Well, up to this point, because this I just exported it today. So if I had already a spreadsheet done, I would have to load the previous spreadsheet, okay? Because obviously it doesn't save my published information in our PLR.me system. But what I can do is, and what you should be doing now is download this spreadsheet and it'll be unique to you. And you can say, yes, I did publish that. The date that I published it, okay? So I published it on the 13th of the 1st, 2022. Okay. I can put the medium and I can put the platform. So this was an email, and the platform that I use, well, I use my MailChimp system. I can put in the URL to it. And then here comes the powerful thing. Now this, you could get your VA to work on this. How many likes did I get? 5. How many comments? 273. How many shares? 4. And any notes that you want. So this, yes, it takes time. And of course, building your business takes time. I mean, building your business, if you're watching this video and you want overnight riches by pushing one button, well, then you're in the wrong business. But for coaches like you who are dedicated, who want to keep a track on their metrics, this spreadsheet is amazing. Okay. This spreadsheet will take a bit of work, but what you will be able to do and what you'll be able to analyze is say, well, actually, my wallpapers do much better when I publish them on a Tuesday rather than on a Friday. And they do much better when I publish them in my Facebook group rather than my LinkedIn group. And you can see your metrics there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to just stop my screen share here. And I'm just going to take some questions. And I'm just going to look at some questions here. Okay. Export equals. Okay, fantastic. Glad I just came on. Okay, great feature. Genius. Well, thank you. I don't know if that's the whole spreadsheet concept or me. I'm not sure, but either one is good. We have from Nell. This is such a great training. Thank you, Richard. Okay, perfect. Just give me a sec, Savita, and I'll shut the front door because there is a bit of a draft. No, I know what you mean because you gave me that comment before. Okay, Poetic Justice says love it. Savita said she was using Trello to track this. Well, you could use Trello as well if you wanted, which is another sort of management tool. But I think the spreadsheet is quite good and quite easy to use. And if you know somebody who knows a little bit about data, they could actually export a lot of information for you there. Yeah, here's a very important comment from David. You'll be able to give the people more of what they want when they want it, exactly, because your metrics will take time to be discovered, but you may say after 3 months, well, Facebook is actually not where my audience are. It's in LinkedIn, and I get more engagement when I post on a Wednesday and I post an image. Okay. Um, are these resources available on both free and paid accounts? Yes, Barbara. You will be able to download that spreadsheet from your free account as well. Okay. How do you access the worksheet? Well, when you go to search, you can actually search just for worksheets. If you're talking about the Excel sheet, the actual spreadsheet, what you would do is you would go to My Downloads, and about a quarter of the way down the page, on the right hand side, there's a little button that says Export. A terrific spreadsheet, great content today. Okay, excellent. Great training and info. Okay, well, we're not finished yet. Okay. The spreadsheet would be a great asset. Yes, thank you. Okay. Watching this on my cell. Yeah, here's another thing that you can do. Of course, you can learn it. Spreadsheets are great to use, and you can make charts with the data you collect. I'm somebody who kind of likes data, but I'm afraid of Excel, if I tell the truth, because there's so many things that you can do in pivot tables. But this is the beauty. There are so many things that you can do, that it's really useful. Is this a Google spreadsheet? You can upload it onto Google if you want, but it exports down as an XLS down onto your computer. So there's no problems with that. Have we gotten into the meat of the video? Yeah, we get into the meat of the video after about 2 minutes. So you can always watch the replay. We will be posting the replay later on. Okay. Any questions so far, or anything else that you want to ask now before I go a little bit meatier? Okay, I've scheduled daily content for 2 Facebook groups through Feb. Love the calendar. Okay, excellent. Um, One of the things I just want to show you, just in case you kind of say, how far back does it go to show purchase? It goes all the way back to like at least 2017, I believe. We will have the replay on YouTube, of course, yes. So let me just show you something, just because sometimes people say, well, what can I do with your content? I mean, I can do articles and all that, but is there anything else I can do? Well, make sure that you do look at our content inspiration page, because this page will show you what others have done and how they've taken the content and transformed it into many different things. Summarized a book into a video script and then delivered it as a series of Facebook Live videos. Diane took a quote graphic from, made a quote graphic from the PLR.me content, or also called a pull quote sometimes. Uh, Ronnie will know what I mean by that. She recorded an audio version added to a blog post, and she created a lead magnet. Then we have somebody who changed this book on resilience into this book. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you can do. Now, obviously, to change this into that, you need to be, versed in graphic design, or you can just get your VA to do it, or you can hire somebody to do it to make this completely unique. Put it on something like Teachable and create a course. Make it completely unique. Okay, this is what Trina did. You can create videos. I always say to people, create videos, create checklists. People love checklists and they love infographics. Another video, and this one I especially like, is how Dr. Tracy actually created a calendar from our wallpapers. And we do have a video about that, a really good video. And that's another idea. So never let you, never think, well, it is just a article. There's nothing I can do with it. An article, as Freud once said, an article is not just an article. And that, of course, is definitely a quote from Freud. But you can take an article and use it for status updates. You could take an article and you could use it as a LinkedIn post or a LinkedIn article. You could take the article and record a podcast, record a video, put it up on YouTube, do a Facebook Live. So there's lots of things, and that's just with an article. So what we want you to think about is how you can expand the content and how you can use the content in many different ways. Okay. So there's a lot of conversations going on here. And remember that Canva recently put it out into beta, which means that they're testing it, but to allow you to use and upload PDFs even with a free account. Now, where are our graphics located? Well, let me just go in here. If I click on the down arrow, these are all the types of items that we have, and we can actually have wallpapers. That's where the wallpaper is. Okay. You can actually go in and find all the wallpapers. Just click on wallpapers, change it from all to wallpapers, and then click on search, and it will show you all of your actual wallpapers. Okay. So the final thing that I want to show you before we take questions and answers is going to be how you can actually schedule content. Okay. Because scheduling content is where the power happens. I mean, I have content scheduled, and sometimes this frightens me. I use a tool, a paid tool that I got, but I have content scheduled until I think 2027. And I scheduled that a couple of years ago. And sometimes people say to me, oh, I love the content you published today. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I'm glad you like it. I'm sort of going, what did I publish? Because I don't remember. And depending on the tools that you use, you can schedule content and have it rescheduled every X amount of days. Now, what I do is I usually schedule content to repeat every 90 days or so that I constantly seem to be posting. And people who are new to my feed, new connections, will see this new content in inverted commas. So that is definitely something that you can do. But what if you don't want to pay for a scheduler? Well, this is where Facebook comes in. Now I'm going to show you just a little thing that I have on Facebook here. Okay. And this is accessed by going to business.facebook.com Creator Studio. And this allows you to schedule. So what I can do is I can say create new, and it comes up with a menu here. I want to create a post. And then what I can do is this is quite slow, I can choose a page. I'm going to choose one of my pages that I'm actually editing. Or that I'm the admin to. So I put in post text and links. So I might put in, how is everybody doing today? Okay, whatever it may be. Everyone today. I can add a photo. I can add a video. Okay. It actually says you can go live as well from it. I can then put in a location if I want. If I go into more options here, I will see that I can put in a call to action. And I can have distribution settings that I can say that this will not appear in the feed after a certain date. Okay, so feed distribution will end after a certain date. So there's different options here. I don't really use any of those options there. And I can go to publish, which will publish it straight away. Or I can click on this. I can save it as a draft so that I can work on a very good post and come back to it. Or I could actually backdate this so it appears as if it was published before a certain date. Now, if I go into schedule post, I can say when I want to schedule this post. So I want this to schedule on the 20th of January at 8:04 p.m. I click on save, and then I would click on the button that says schedule post. Now, has anybody used this before? Has anybody had experience of using this tool? And I'll just let the comments catch up. Um, an interesting, an interesting question by Thomas. How often would you suggest a post, and how often would you include the CTA? Okay, I mean, depending on your audience, you want to post on a reasonable schedule. If you post every single day, you may train your audience to expect you to post every single day. And then after 60 days, if you're tired of even scheduling posts, then people say, oh, Richard didn't post today. Why is that? And they may lose interest. So I try and post in a reasonable amount of posts per week, 3 posts a week. And I would say maybe one post is educational. One post might be, for example, on LinkedIn. I found that polls do quite well. You know, what would you do in this situation? And then maybe once a week, I would post a promotional post, okay, promoting something. So it depends. It depends on your audience, but you don't want to saturate them with posts and they say, oh, here's another post from Richard, you know. I mean, he posts great content, but there's just too much. So I would say maybe 3 times a week, but I would think that um, it's up to it's up to you to try and judge it with your audience, because if you get committed to posting 7 days a week or 14 times a week, this could be a problem. Okay. Um, and you know, I think you want to be top of mind. And actually, speaking of top of mind, would you do me a favor right now, if you don't mind? If you are watching this live or on the replay, make sure that you hit subscribe and make sure that you like this video, because that actually helps us a lot. And this is one of the secrets to posting as well. When you post on, be it Facebook or LinkedIn, make sure that you have a call to action. It doesn't have to be, you know, buy my product or download my freebie, but a call to action that says, if you like this post, give it a like, share it, leave your comments below, because we are a little bit like sheep that we just go boom, 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 and we don't do anything unless we're told to do it. So if you put in your post, leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are on this topic. People will engage. The more engagements you get, then LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram pick up those engagements, and it then tells the algorithm this content is good, and it'll share it to a wider audience. So always be aware of that, that you want to make sure that you are asking people to engage. And, you know, even if it's your friend, even if it's a colleague, just say to them, hey, would you mind giving that post a like, or would you mind sharing that post? That can be very, very good. Okay. I just posted for a month in advance, says Kitty. Savita says that she has actually used it. Different people are using different programs. Just be consistent. Is there a number of limit on words? The limit will be whatever the limit is on Facebook, which is not the answer that you want for your question. But if a post has a limit of 5,000 characters, that also, I believe, will be the limit. Yes, it's great. Been using it for years. 5185 likes. I'm not quite sure what you mean on that designs. If you can just let me know. Liked and subscribed, brother. Thank you so much, Brian. Awesome tips. Well, I'm not finished yet, Steve, so hang on. Yeah, Lorna says, I mean, it depends on your audience as well. I get more response on Facebook when I only use 14 words in one picture with no words on it. I mean, there are so many different points to this, because some people will say, and I think there is quite a lot of truth in it, that if you use a automated system, the platforms like LinkedIn and like Facebook will recognize that it wasn't a manual post, and they may not spread the reach out as far. So I think this is why Facebook developed their own creator studio there, because it probably gives preference to content that you schedule there, and you will probably get a wider reach. I'm saying this, I've no authority from Facebook to say this, in the sense that I don't have insider knowledge to say this is true, but it would seem to make more sense rather than using a third party piece of software. If you're using Facebook's inbuilt creator, let me take that back. If you're using Facebook's built-in creator studio, they probably will give you more reach. That is my understanding of it. Okay. I use follow me. Thank you for subscribing. Okay. Any suggestions on this? I'm trying to be more consistent and bring brand awareness. So I'm doing a 21-day self-care challenge. I post once a day and we'll have a free offer at the end. Any suggestions? Well, I think that's really good. I would even have the offer maybe midway through, or maybe on the 7th, 14th, and 21st day as well. This is a good point. 6 positive education contents to 1 promotional. Okay. So Nikki says the email class I took yesterday said the formula is 6 positive educational contents to 1 promotional. Again, depending on your audience, absolutely. Okay. Video seems to get more likes. Yeah, again, it depends on who you're targeting, because videos, definitely people like to see you on camera, or to see a person on camera. And on Facebook, people kind of like videos as well. Maybe not so much on LinkedIn. Maybe they won't work as well on LinkedIn. But it depends on, of course, the content of the videos, because there's a whole science to all of this, that the more plays that you get, the longer people watch it, etc. The platforms say, well, this is a better video than the other video, which is only getting 2 plays. Now, one of the things, and here's a little tip, is to keep videos short, because then, for example, if you have a 45-minute video, people may watch 20 minutes of it, and that registers with Facebook or with YouTube as 50% of people, or people stayed 50% of the time watching the video. If you have a 2-minute video, people will probably watch it till the end, and then Facebook and the other LinkedIn and YouTube, if you have the video there, will say, oh, well, people are watching 100% of this video, so they may boost it. Again, that can be something. Yeah, short videos work well. What else? What tools should you use? Is always a question that we ask. Whatever tools you can afford. I mean, I am definitely Mr. If I can do it for free, I will do it. Or if I can get a special deal on a tool, like if it's Black Friday or if there's a New Year sale, I will do it. But you can use manual tools, or you may just say, well, I'll hire a VA for 3 hours and I'll get him or her to schedule it on Facebook Creator, or I'll just ask them to post it manually. It is up to you. Okay. Lorna says algorithms like short content, no words such as work, join my, etc. Yeah, again, that definitely could have an effect there. Now, again, we're coming up to the top of the hour. Let me remind you that I am here nearly every Thursday. There'll be some Thursdays that I won't be here, because I might have a day off, because sometimes I do take a day off. But well, yeah, sometimes quite a few times I take a day off. But if something comes up, I won't be here. But for the foreseeable Thursday, I will be here doing questions and answers. Always, as they used to say back in the 60s, same time, same bat time, same bat channel. People will remember that from the original Batman series. I'm always here on a Thursday at 1 p.m. EST. Now, thank you, Lorna. One of the things, just to let you know, if you're watching this, that if you haven't yet signed up, or if you have signed up, and if you've never had a strategy call with me, I do offer a 30-minute strategy call for absolutely nothing. Absolutely. It's the same as the price of the admission to this YouTube live. It is free. It is only one call per client. So if you've already had a call, unfortunately, I can't do another call with you, another 30-minute session. The calls book up because I have limited time with time zones, etc. But I try and have some time zones for Europe. And so, no, again, I'm talking too fast. I'm thinking and talking too fast. And I do have time zones for the US as well. And you can just go to that link, PLR.me, book a call. What will we do on that call? Well, I can walk you through what PLR does if you haven't signed up yet. I can tell you and see if there's any offers for you at that particular time. If you already are a member and a paid member, I can give you a little kickstart with a strategy session. So you can tell me about your audience, and then I can help you with a strategy plan and an actual content plan. So do book in if you're interested. If you're watching this on the replay, you of course can book in. As long as you haven't booked in before, because if you have, I will just cancel it, because that wouldn't be good that you're trying to book in twice. But yes, anything you need, you can always reach out to us. If you go to our website, you can click on the little chat button and you'll get myself or Chantal for sure. It's going to be one of the two of us, depending on the time. You can email support@plr.me, and leave any comments that you may have below in the video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this video. And I'm just going to take a quick look just to see if there's any more questions before I close up. Dolores asks, do you know anywhere to get a calendar printed? Well, I haven't used them in a long time, but Vista Print are still going strong. So Vista, as in Vista View, VISTA print.com. I think they used to do calendars as well. Savita says, Richard is the GOAT. Okay. I'm not sure what the GOAT is, but maybe it's to do with the beard. I don't know. Okay, I've just blown somebody's mind there. Sandra says, I just opened the export and it went back to 2018. Mind blowing. Excellent. Yes, it's a grueling schedule. Great, Sandra. Thank you for the info. Lots to learn. Okay. Now, don't get paralyzed by saying, I have so much to learn. It was great info. What am I going to do? Take action. Even if you just go into PLR.me and you download one article today. And sorry, I'm laughing because I've just got a message on my screen here. GOAT equals, what was it, Ronnie? Thank you. Greatest of all time. Okay, I thought it was like Billy Goat Gruff because of my beard. Thank you, Ronnie, for that. I'm not up with these young people and their 4-letter acronyms. But what I was saying was, take action today. Download something, schedule it. Look at what holidays are coming up, and then just schedule something. Or even just put it up, on the day. Take an article, make it into a video. Just take action. Okay. Dolores, did you say the strategy call is for both free and paid customers? Yes. The only stipulation is that you haven't already had a call with me. Okay. David says, thank you. Kitty says, have an awesome day. Well, my day is coming to an end because it's just 8 p.m. at night. Brian says, greatest of all time. I didn't know that. Can you believe it? Poetic Justice says to me, grace of all time. Everybody is saying grace of all time. Okay, thank you so much. So we copy and paste the PLR wallpapers, etc., right into the Facebook screen. You could do that. I mean, you could upload the wallpapers, put them on the Facebook post, and then I would ask for comments. What do you think of this quote? So, Rome wasn't built in a day. How can this quote be relevant to your business? And then get people to answer. Okay. Devon has said this has been great. Thank you for all the information. Okay. I'm not going to forget what GOAT is. Kat also says, thank you for the information. Lorna, very good advice. Learn what you need and then download. You don't need to know everything. I mean, I used to be the type of person who said, I will not launch something until I have it 100% perfect. I have the whole funnel in place. I have this, I have that, and then it would never get done. So you just have to launch it. Okay. Um, yes, really, I don't know that. Very informative. Is there a video, Kitty asks, of utilizing Canva with your products? Yes, there is. Okay. We have that. We went through that on one of our questions and answers. Okay. Yeah, and we have just posted the link there. You could also ask, what's your favorite quote? Yeah. Okay. Sandra, don't get stuck to learn everything before before you begin, because the way the internet changes, the way technologies change, the way trends change, I mean, things are out of date before they're even released nearly. So what you want to do is you just want to do it and say, okay, I have enough information now. Richard's told me about the calendar. Now I'm actually going to do something there. Okay. Yeah, not a bad idea. Launch and let the public tell you what's working. That's it. You post a graphic that you think was amazing and it has no likes. You post a motivational quote that you have written out and it gets 1,000 likes. Well, then people aren't reacting to graphics. They prefer written content, etc. Okay. The final question, more or less, is having a website important? I'm old school, and I think it's good to have some sort of web presence. So maybe it's, SoniaFullwood.com, or Dr. Sonia, or whatever it may be. But you could run a business from your Facebook page, your Facebook group, your LinkedIn group, etc. But the danger there is that if you run everything from a Facebook page and Facebook shuts you down, you lose everything. So the website is kind of a good little backup there. Okay, any other questions just before we finish up? And of course, before we finish up, I want to say thank you for taking this time out of your day to join me. Hopefully, you enjoyed this, and let me know if you're going to be here next week. Just leave it in the comments, because I am here every Thursday live at 1 p.m. EST. And of course, I'm here forever and ever and ever on the replays on YouTube. So you can watch me to your heart's content. And we've done so many videos at this stage that you know you can overdose with my content if you want, and with my voice. Lorna says web is great and they can subscribe to your content. Actually, Lorna, thank you for reminding me. Subscribe to the channel, ring that little bell, or click on that little bell so that you will be notified as soon as we upload a new video. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Savita, a good point. When Instagram went down, people were going like crazy. So if the platform goes down, like Facebook went down as well, that can be a problem. It was well worth it. Yes. See you next Thursday. I will see you same day, same time. See you then every Thursday. Put in my calendar already. All right, guys. I'm going to wish you all a wonderful day. Stay safe. And here's to a wonderful and productive 2022. Talk to you next week, guys. Bye.